How great. Man, I feel like I'm in a whole different world. It's in the gritty streets. A lot of grit here of Habana Centro, my Casa Particular just down the street.
Lobo, nice meeting you.
Mari, ¿le gustan las frutas?
Me encantan.
¿Qué fruta?
El mango, la
Todo,
piña.
todo,
Sí, todo.
todo. Sí, sí. In Havana, I had a wonderful stay at a Casa Particular, located not in Habana Vieja, but Habana Centro. And it was great because of these two ladies here. ¿Cómo se llama este Casa Particular?
Casa Lisette.
Yes, Casa de Lisette. And this is Lisette?
Rosa.
Rosa.
Yo soy Rosa.
Lisette.
Oh, okay, Lisette. And the location here is absolutely wonderful. It's on a street here called
Consulado.
Consulado, yeah, a rather distinguished name, but it's great because it's right next to the Prado and right next to the Malecon, and over there within 5 minutes is El Museo de la Revolución. It couldn't be better. This is great here. So if you're looking for a place to stay, you got to come to
Casa Lisette.
Sí, Casa Lisette. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias para lavandar mi ropa. Un trabajo muy difícil. Muy difícil. Yeah, these ladies worked like hell to get my clothing clean. And they gave me a coffee every morning, so I had a great time here. Okay? Thank you. My room at Casa Particular Lisette, a relatively simple room compared to my first Casa Particular, Casa Enormous near Parque Central, where I paid $40 for an entire apartment. In this case, I only paid $25 for a fan, air conditioning, a television, and the world's smallest refrigerator. And, of course, a bathroom. The only access to the outside world was through this window. A look at Old Havana. This time, we're talking about Casa Particular Lisette, located right here on a major street called Calle Consulado. That is very close to the Malecon and the subject of last week's blog, the Prado. Being in this Casa Particular diverted me over into Habana Centro that I found so fascinating. I'm going to miss this morning ritual, the bread routine. It's not the milkman, it's the bread man. This is how people buy bread. Gonna miss that whistle.
Tajada de pan suave, la galleta con sabor a mantequilla, panadero.
Bueno. Buenos días.
Pan panadero.
And the Prado is right in front. It appears I'm still on Consulado, the street or the calle my Casa Particular is on, and boy, the authenticity here is overwhelming. I am not in Habana Vieja, Old Havana. I'm in Habana Centro, walking in the back streets towards Parque Central Park. How great. Man, I feel like I'm in a whole different world. Back in the streets, in the gritty streets, a lot of grit here, of Habana Centro, my Casa Particular just down the street. Just had breakfast, two jamon queso and coffee for less than $1. You can do that only if you use the Moneda Nacional. If you use Cook, it's going to cost you $5. I love hunting for the places where you can use the moneda nacional and live cheaply. Living off the moneda nacional. Two of these coffee, small. It is less than $1. And pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. To do here, but I just love walking the streets, talking to people, and taking videos of a street scene. Gotta watch out for the traffic too. Many times people say to me, cuidado, cuidado, caution, caution. You almost hate to walk down the sidewalk when you look at what's above you. So I'm walking down the middle of the street at the risk of being run over. Great street scene of the street being dug up for installation of gas, and they tell me now electricity too. Modernization, I suppose. Modernization must cost a fortune, but hey, being a country is not cheap. En la calle, tránsito, en la calle, industria. I met, I can't believe it, a couple from, where are you from?
Montreal.
Montreal. Montreal. Sí, se habla francés en Montreal. Sí.
Tout à fait.
Es una ciudad muy bonita, pero también Habana. ¿Y usted se llama, your name is?
Nabil.
Nabil, very nice, Nabil. ¿Y usted?
Marie-Hélène.
Marie-Hélène, qué sexy, Marie-Hélène.
Lobo, nice meeting you.
Marie-Hélène, oh Dios mío. Simplemente el nombre es tan sexy, ¿eh? Marie-Hélène. Okay, guys, it was a pleasure meeting you and talking with you. And
It's our pleasure, man.
I hope to see you in Montreal, somewhere on the plateau, or to have maybe a meal. In what kind of a restaurant?
Lebanese food.
I love Lebanese food. And ¿y usted también?
Mais oui, c'est sûr qu'on va t'inviter.
Ok, muy bien, muy bien.
On se rencontre bientôt.
El placer fue mío, okay? My pleasure, okay?
My pleasure.
Okay, hasta la vista.
Ciao. Lobo, nice meeting you.
Like India, butcher shops have no refrigeration, at least during the day, and no fly protection either. Back home, we're totally concerned about sanitary conditions, but they survive just fine here in Cuba. Notice the BC taxis, the ubiquitous BC taxis, which are everywhere. Now, just about now, to my left, I made the discovery that really astounded me, and that was the Mercado San Rafael. Without a doubt, I can say that this was the best market of its kind that I had seen throughout my travels in Cuba. Remember, at this point, I had been to Baracoa, which is at the far eastern end of Cuba, and back. So I'd seen a lot of mercados along the way. And for the most part, I was stunned at the lack of variety. Always the same 3 or 4 products. This one here had a rich selection of vegetables. A typical intersection in Habana Centro would look like this if you're looking north towards Florida. If you're looking east towards Santiago, it would look like this. And if you're looking south towards Jamaica, it would look like this. And lastly, if you're looking towards Mexico or west, it would look like this. No matter where you look in Habana Centro, it's interesting. And look at this vintage Oldsmobile. Beautiful, beautiful example of American technology in the 1960s. Just cruising by. What a pleasure to be in Habana Centro. I've traveled to a lot of places around the world, but nowhere have I seen such tall doors and cavernous ceilings, as are exemplified by this early Spanish architecture. And they all have these lovely inner courts and winding staircases. And have a look at this door. This must be a good 12 feet tall. How would you like to open and close that every
Now,
time?
Habana Centro, you see the probable and also the improbable. Look at the facade of this abandoned building. Must have been a theater once upon a time. Very impressive. That would take a lot of money to bring back to life. As over there, hotel. Near the Malecon. Malecon's just down there. Best real estate in town, the Malecon. In the Capitolo, I ran into Alexi. Alexi, ¿qué tú haces aquí?
Yo soy carretillero, trabajo aquí por trabajo por cuenta.
Carretero.
Sí.
De frutas.
De frutas naturales.
¿Puede identificar las frutas?
La fruta.
Varios.
Es un placer para usted identificar la fruta, servirle a usted que es un turista, servirle para identificar la fruta. Aquí
Sí.
le presentamos
Okay.
papaya,
Papaya. Sí, papaya.
una fruta tropical muy buena,
Sí.
comestible para desayunar.
Jugo de papaya.
Jugo de
Muy
papaya.
bien, sí.
Tenemos limón,
Limón, sí.
tiene limón. Este es un paseo mojito.
Sí. Mojito, sí.
Muy-
¿Qué es este?
el mamey.
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 Ese es el mamey.
No le conoce. Oh, sí. Dios mío. Wow.
Puede probar.
¿Qué? Después.
Puede probar.
Bueno, ¿eh?
Qué cosa más grande.
Wow.
Y no hay tomate.
These guys are something else.
Hola, my friend, la chica. Que
Muy
yo-
bien,
que-
muy
que-
bien,
que
sí.
hablé con usted.
Sí. y
Mango.
Mango, sí.
Piña. Ella es la dueña del negocio, ella es la que te puede atender.
Ok, ¿este es una fruta? No, es una señora. Señorita.
No es la señora.
Ok. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
Lisandra,
Lisandra, sí, muy bien. ¿Le gustan las frutas?
me encantan.
¿Qué fruta?
El mango, la
¿Todo?
piña.
¿Todo?
Sí, todo.
Todo, sí. Muy bien. ¿Conoce este hombre?
Sí,
¿Amigo?
me ayuda. Ayudante.
Ok. Muy bien, gracias. Yeah. Pornography is prohibited in Cuba, although I hear there's a lot of it. I'm reminded to take this video because I've never seen women anywhere so eager to show their ample cleavage as here in Cuba. Unbelievable. Cuba for cleavage.